Hey there. Um, it is Tuesday, July 13th, 11 p.m. Uh, I would, quick first. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. It's your 25th. I've talked to both of you today, but I love you too much not to say anything on here, and I wish I could be there to celebrate. I would have made you dinner and just Oh, it would have been fun. But I've talked to you. Also, happy anniversary to my Baba and Dida, my grandparents. If you don't know the fact, I'm Ukrainian and I'm very proud of my heritage. And Mom and Dad are also going to be known as Baba and Dida, or Papa Mike. I haven't decided, but yeah. And it's also Sarah Oak's birthday, or excuse me, Sarah Rupp. But yay, that's my cousin. So a lot of things are happening on July 13th. Anyways, I just got back from the Pita Pit with Willie, Juan, and Melanie, and I had a blast. I really needed it tonight. A lot of people have been noticing in my blogs that I kind of seem a little bit not as peppy as usual, but this job has been a lot of work, but it's been rewarding. But it's kind of taken a lot out of me, so it's made me realize that work-life balance is important. And Melissa Bonsa Browns, if you're watching this, aren't we glad that we had that conversation in class? Uh, but let's get to what I'm on here, my internship. So this past weekend we had the University Housing Res Life reunion, which the last one happened 7 years ago, or 8, 7, 7 or 8, I can't remember. 7 years ago. There we go. And this year it was originally it was going to be 2 years ago, but the problem was that it was supposed to be in the new Sutter Hall on campus, but that obviously isn't open, so they pushed it back 2 years. Sadly, it's still not open, but we made things work. It took place at University Village the first night, and the second place it took place in was the Chico's Women's Club. So Ashley and I, the interns, were in charge of just the nooks and crannies, setting up the programming building at UV, and getting all things set up with Juan, and getting food and balloons, and just pretty much set up, making sure things run smoothly, helping Chad out. And then on Saturday, we had to set up the Chico Women's Club, and we had help with Bacchio's catering, and we had a cash bar, and we just had a great time. It was great to be with the Res Life staff, and just bonding and getting to know people better, and just enjoying great food, and just realizing that Res Life has a serious impact on the people that are a part of it when they are in college. And I know that most of my college stories are not going to deal with classes. It's going to deal with the time that I've spent in the res halls and being an RA. And that is just amazing. That's why I want to go into Res Life, is because the impact that you can make here on, your residents is substantial to their, to their personal growth, but it's really going to make them remember their college experience and not make it, there are some people who have a bad college experience being in the halls, but really, it's one of my goals to make sure that all my residents have an amazing and memorable experience. So when I'm doing hall council next year and doing the RA thing, I want people to get the most out of college through a res hall experience as they can. And I think that's awesome. And I really want to up the ante, and by providing more services to the residents, because at the end of the day, I know it's customer service, but for me, personally, I want people to achieve their highest ability academically, personally, and get a well-rounded rounded person about themselves, and that's why I want to work, not for money. Obviously, that's a factor. Obviously, mom and dad, trust me. But it's like teaching, and teaching has always been my passion. So I believe that if I can help them get that mentality, I've done my job, and that really means a lot to me. So I'm really, just being out here in Chico makes me really excited to get back to campus. Marissa's given me the amazing opportunity to be a co-advisor of the Hall Council, and I really want to make the most out of that. I have 18 credits. I know you're probably thinking you're going to probably be dead, but 3 of those are TAing with Kristen, um, with Pam Foreman, and the rest is a fun class, and then I have some GEs that I need to take as well as my capstone. But the thing about being in hall council, though, at school is I made some learning outcomes, and I have to talk to Marissa about them more in depth, but I want to make sure by the time I leave my undergrad, I've obtained what I wanted to get out of these, and I've learned that through my IDIS internships with the civil rights. But Stacy has really taught me how to achieve that by making these learning outcomes, by setting reasonable goals that can help you out. And I'm really glad that we do that in professional training as well as keeping this up through the year. So I have to keep myself accountable because I can have people check in, but really at the end of the day, I need to make sure that I get this stuff done while I'm still enjoying the college experience. So I'm really, really pumped. As for this weekend, I will be here in Chico, but everyone's leaving, so except Willie. So Willie and I are gonna go paint, which I'm so excited. And then next weekend, I'll be going to San Francisco. Gonna go to the San Francisco Symphony. That's right, you Eau Claire people. Eat your heart out. I'm listening to an all-Russian program. Linka I'm listening to, they're doing the Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto No. 3. And then they're going to finish out with Mussorgsky, Pictures on Exhibition of an Exhibition. Exciting. I'm so pumped. And also, I've had caffeine tonight, if you can't tell. So I don't know how late I've been up. I've started a new book. I've started 2 things. Let's get to the book. The girl, I know this is a national sensation. I know it's backwards and whatever. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It was originally written in Swedish. It was translated, and it's a worldwide bestseller, national bestseller. So I just started that. I've taken a hiatus from the Twilight series, thank God. So to keep my vampire fix, I've started True Blood. Okay. Pretty much the show is just vampires and sex, and it's HBO, so you can let your imagination run wild. And it will. Okay, let's talk about what I just witnessed, because I had to put it on pause to make sure I had to reevaluate my life. But when the vampire comes out of the ground naked, you don't see everything, but you see his butt, and then starts having vampire sex with Sookie. If you haven't seen the show, her name's Sookie, so you can take that wherever you want. It was the girl right here. I had to pause it, and I had to think to myself, what the hell am I watching? And I was thinking, But it's a good show. It makes me, the shows are good when at the end of the show it leaves you in a cliffhanger, and they do it every episode. I'm like, okay, and I'm starting to piece things together. So that's been the Chico thing. Otherwise from that, I've been watching City Kid, and I've been watching Big Brother and Real World, which are all my Wednesday shows, and I'm like, what the heck? So thank God for online. But I have 2 more days of work, and then I will be doing another blog. But I'm so glad that we had a chance to talk, and also I'm going to hopefully wear t-shirts that don't have writing, so you don't get distracted by backwards writing, because you're supposed to be reading from this, but you're actually reading it that way. So, happy anniversary to my mom and dad and Baba and Dina. Happy birthday, Sarah Oak, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to talk to you tonight. Okay, take care. Bye.